Okay, we're continuing with the Gospel according to Mark. We're on chapter 7, verses 1 through 22. The subtitle here is That Which Defiles. Okay, and the big theme here, just to put it out before we even begin, is the idea that, Jesus would talk about the spirit of the law, doing what is right with regard to the people around you, rather than the Pharisees would typically be focused on the letter of the law. And they were trying to get Jesus in trouble by hassling him about the letter of the law. And he would essentially say to them, why don't you pay attention to the spirit of the law? That is what my Father had intended. Okay, so let's begin. Here it is, That Which Defiles, chapter 7, verse 1. The Pharisees and some of the teachers of the law who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were defiled, that is, unwashed. The Pharisees do not eat unless they have given their hands a ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of the elders. When they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash, and they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. So the Pharisees and the teachers of the law asked Jesus, why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders? Instead, they eat their food with defiled hands. And Jesus replied, Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites. As it is written, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. You have disregarded the commandment of God to keep the tradition of men. And he continued, you have a fine way of setting aside the commandments of God in order to observe your own traditions. For was it not Moses who said, honor your father and mother, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death? But you say that if anyone declares what might have been used to help their father or mother as korban, that is devoted to God, then you no longer let them do anything for their father or mother. Okay, that's a little bit strange phraseology. But the bottom line is it's coming down to the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law. Okay? And he's basically saying to the Pharisees, you put your own little traditions, your own little rules above the rules of God. Okay. So Jesus continues, thus you nullify the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down, and you do so in many such matters. Again, Jesus called the crowd to him, and he said, listen to me, everyone, and understand this. Nothing that enters a man from the outside can defile him. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that defiles him. After Jesus had left the crowd and entered the house, his disciples asked him about this parable. And he said, are you dull? Do you not understand? Nothing that enters a person from outside can defile him, because it doesn't go into his heart. Rather, it goes into his stomach, and then it goes out of his body. In saying this, Jesus thus declared that all foods are clean. He continued, what comes out of a man is that which defiles him, for it is within the hearts of men. From the hearts of men come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, wickedness, deceit, debauchery, envy, slander, arrogance, and foolishness. All of these evils come from within, and these are what defile a man. Okay, so the bottom line is it's that idea of doing what is right versus being a meticulous nitpicker, pain in the butt about the letter of the law. And that's a common theme. And that's also why, we love Jesus so much, because he was doing what was right by the people. And my mother was totally like that too. Do what is right for people. Forget about the stupid rules.